Another 127 COVID-19 patients recovered. Active cases now below 500. Hydroxychloroquine tests against COVID-19 halted. Welcome to News on 2. I'm Brendan Lepal. On to the COVID-19 updates in the country. Malaysia recorded 127 recoveries from COVID-19 in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of those still being treated below the 500 mark. Health Director General Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said there have only been 14 new cases, while the death toll remains at 121. In a statement today, Dr. Noor Hisham said, out of the 14 new cases, 11 were local transmissions, involving 4 Malaysians and 7 foreigners. The total number of infections recorded to date stands at 8,529, with 8,000 or 93.8% already discharged. There are now 408 people still being treated for the deadly virus, with 4 in the intensive care unit. The Sultan of Selangor, Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, today announced the resumption of Friday prayers and congregational prayers for the state starting tomorrow during the Recovery Movement Control Order RMCO period. Private Secretary to the Sultan, Datuk Muhammad Munir Bani, in a statement today said His Majesty made the decision after taking into account the latest developments on the COVID-19 outbreak. For Friday prayers, the number of individuals allowed in the State Mosque of Masjid Sultan Salahuddin Abdulaziz Shah will be increased from 40 to 250 people, excluding officers and mosque committee members. The number of individuals allowed for Friday prayers in 38 other mosques previously permitted to host such prayers will also be increased from 40 to 150 people, excluding officers and mosque committee members. Meanwhile, the number of attendees performing similar rites and Friday prayers in mosques situated within COVID-19 green zones is limited to 40 people, excluding officers and mosque committee members. All Muslims in the state must comply with the Standard Operating Procedure (SOP) set by the State Religious Department, including performing ablution at home, bringing their own prayer mats, donning face masks, and maintain social distancing. Datuk Muhammad Munir also announced that the Selangor Sultan has decided to allow Ibadah Korban to be conducted in selected mosques and not suraus. He said Ibadah Korban can only be performed within the compound of the state mosque, 38 mosques previously permitted to host Friday prayers, and mosques within COVID-19 green zones. Close to 200 makeshift stalls around the Selayang wholesale market had their trading goods and facilities seized by City Hall recently in a bid to curb the spread of COVID-19. Federal Territories Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said the stalls were manned by undocumented foreign workers.
Sedalam dah tak ada, but around Pasar Borong, they're still doing some activities. But semalam saya dah beritahu Datuk Bandar, pastikan penguatkuasaan tu konsisten. Jangan just buat sekali kemudian kita biarkan balik. So saya nakkan benda tu di follow up.
The Federal Territories Minister added that this was a likelihood as traders were reluctant to automate their workflow that was heavily reliant on manpower. Around 3,000 undocumented workers were weeded out from the facilities during the Movement Control Order. He said this during a visit to City Hall's Transit Centre for the Homeless in Jalan Pahang today. Selangor Police have arrested 7 people for not adhering to the Recovery Movement Control Order RMCO. Selangor Commercial Crime Investigation Department Chief ACP Muhammad Yazid Muhammad Yu said checks by the task force were conducted on 17 June on 6,001 people for compliance. From that, he said 7 people were arrested and 26 compounds have been issued. Checks were conducted in various areas across the state, including workplaces, markets and houses of worship. Briefing reporters at the State Police Headquarters, ACP Muhammad Yazid said 2 eateries were also inspected in Puchong and were issued compounds.
Memang dia ada lesen untuk menjalankan perniagaan makanan. Tapi apa yang kita lihat di sini, apabila tempat tu dibuka, tidak ada pematuhan dari segi SOP. Maksudnya seperti penjarakan sosial tidak dibuat, sebab itu kompaun dikeluarkan.
He added police also issued compounds to customers at the two eateries during their checks on 16 and 17 June. On the ongoing Ops Benteng, which aims to prevent entry of illegal immigrants, curbing cross-border crime and preventing the spread of COVID-19, he said that 22 arrests have been made between the 10th and 17th June, of which 13 are locals. ACP Muhammad Yazid also reminded the public to continue avoiding the 3 C's, namely avoid crowded, confined spaces, as well as close conversations. Coming up, Customs seizes 6.3 million ringgit worth of smuggled cigarettes. Sabah Infrastructure Development Minister Datuk Peter Anthony today claimed trial to a charge of abetting in criminal breach of trust (CBT) involving over 15 million ringgit for the purchase of 6.7 million acres of oil palm plantation land. Datuk Peter, who is also Melalap Assemblyman, however, denied the charge before Sessions Court Judge Abu Bakar Manat. According to the charge sheet, Datuk Peter was accused of committing the offence between the 22nd of July 2014 and 19 November 2015 at the Tuan Michael Ubu & Co. at Beverly Hills Plaza in Penampang. He was accused to have abetted with lawyer Perseus Henry Bolutong, alias Michael Perseus Ubu, who in his capacity as a Rubber Industry Smallholders Development Authority (RISDA) agent was entrusted with authority over money amounting to 15,545,400 ringgit. The court further ordered for Dato' Anthony's charge to be heard together with his first graft charges and Ubu's money laundering charges, as it involved the same case. On the 11th of June this year, the minister was slapped with 5 counts of money laundering charges amounting to 8.75 million ringgit. 3 of the offences were under Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection B of the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. 2 others were under Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Financing Act 2001 and Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection B of the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Financing Act 2001, respectively. On 15 January, Ubu was charged with 3 counts of money laundering and breach of trust involving RISDA land deal. The court fixed the 4th of August for mention. A contractor today revealed that Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Habidi had paid him more than 1.4 million ringgit in cash for renovations done on a bungalow in Country Heights, Kajang, Selangor. Tekad Nusantara Sendiran Berhad Managing Director Marzuki Che Omar said the UMNO President gave him the money in progressive payments after he started work on the bungalow in September 2018. Marzuki also said the renovation was eventually completed in March 2019, but the cost had by then gone up to 1.42 million ringgit as there were additional modifications. He also said no receipts were ever issued and whatever instructions from the UMNO presidents were given verbally. Marzuki, who was the attempted prosecution witness, was testifying in Datuk Seri Zahid's corruption trial before High Court Judge Colin Lawrence Sequeira. Zahid, 67, is facing 47 charges of money laundering, criminal breach of trust involving funds from his family-run foundation, Yayasan Akal Budi, and accepting bribes for various projects during his tenure as Home Minister. The trial will continue on the 3rd of July. Sarawak Customs foiled an attempt to smuggle 6.3 million ringgit worth of contraband white cigarettes with 47.4 million ringgit in tax duty in Bintulu, Sarawak. Sarawak Customs Director Datuk Sharifah Halimah Tuanku Taha in a statement said the operation was carried out on Saturday. Commenting further on the matter, Datuk Sharifah Halimah said an inspection was made on 7 containers at the Bintulu port where over 70 million cigarette sticks were seized. She said on last Friday, a team of custom officers and personnel was sent to conduct inspection on a container ship. Based on investigation, they found that the syndicate has been using commercial ship to deliver their goods to other destinations via Bintulu port. They also found that the syndicate declared the goods as general cargo and registered register their company as registered shipping agent to avoid from getting caught. The case is investigated under Section 133, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Customs Act 1967. 15 individuals, including a 19-year-old female teenager, were detained for allegedly involved in drug abuse activity. All suspects were detained in an operation conducted by National Anti-Drugs Agency, AADK, in 15 locations in Kuala Muda. Kuala Muda AADK Chief Officer Arnida Ishak said the female teenager was arrested in a house near Bandar Puteri Jaya, Sungai Petani. Arnida said urine tests found that the teenager tested positive for methamphetamine. The other 14 detainees also tested positive for methamphetamine and morphine. The teenager, along with 7 other individuals, were released with surety, while the rest of the detainees were remanded. The case is investigated under Section 3, Subsection 1 of the Drug Dependence Treatment and Rehabilitation Act 1983. The curfew involving the waters of 7 districts in the Eastern Sabah Security Zone, or S-Zone, which is to end at 6 p.m. tomorrow, has been extended to the 4th of July. Sabah Police Commissioner Dato' Zaini Jas, in a statement today, said with the extension of the curfew, people living in the area were required to stay indoors, while outsiders would not be allowed to be in the waters there between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. on the specified date. Elaborating further on the matter, Dato' Zaini said the districts involved in the curfew are Tawau, Sempurna, Kunak, Lahad Datu, Kinabatangan, Sandakan and Beluran. He also said the curfew was extended to facilitate monitoring and law enforcement to ensure that the areas would not be intruded by outlaws who have been threatening the safety of the residents, fishermen, chalet operators, as well as tourists and international researchers in the islands. He noted that the Abu Sayyaf militant group and those involved in kidnapping for ransom from the southern Philippines were still trying to encroach into Malaysian waters to commit cross-border crimes. The Sabah Police Commissioner added that he has also authorized all district police chiefs in the S-Zone to issue permits to eligible applicants for the purpose of fishing activities or to attend to urgent matters during the curfew. The Employees Provident Fund, EPF, said a total of 132.41 billion ringgit had been outsourced to external fund managers as at 31st of December last year, an increase of 12.63% compared with 117.56 billion ringgit at the end of 2018. In a statement released today, it said the allocation invested across both equity and fixed income instruments represented 14.12% of the EPF's total investment assets. Its chairman, Tan Sri Ahmad Badri Mohammad Zahir, said given the size of the EPF's portfolio, the fund is continuing to engage external fund managers to invest a portion of their funds with the aim of further optimizing returns and as part of efforts to diversify and enhance the performance of their assets. The EPF's portfolio stood at 924.75 billion ringgit in overall investment assets by the end of last year. For the financial year ended 2019, Tan Sri Ahmad Badri said the EPF delivered a dividend rate of 5.45% with a payout amounting to 41.68 billion ringgit for Simpanan Conventional, while Simpanan Syariah saw a dividend rate of 5% with a payout amounting to 4.14 billion ringgit. Newly appointed chairman of MISC Berhad, Tan Sri Noh Omar, has resigned less than 3 weeks after joining the board. In a statement today, the shipping group said Tan Sri Noh has tendered his resignation effective yesterday. The statement said Tan Sri Noh made the decision to tender his resignation upon discussion with the Honourable Prime Minister of Malaysia. The Tanjung Karang MP was appointed to head MISC on the 1st of June 2020 and his resignation took effect from yesterday. The resignation marks an end to the public outcry arising from Tan Sri Noh's appointment to the Petronas-controlled shipping group. Tan Sri Noh, who has held ministerial positions in the federal government in the past, is currently an UMNO MP for Tanjung Karang. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Rayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah today conferred the Police Highest Award, Panglima Gagah Pasukan Polis (PGPP) on Deputy Inspector General of Police (IGP) Dato' Mazlan Mansor. It was in conjunction with the investiture of the Royal Malaysia Police (PDRM) Gallantry Orders and Medals for 2019 held at Istana Negara in Kuala Lumpur. Another recipient of the PGPP was retired Commissioner of Police Dato' Muhammad Khalil Kadir Mohamad, while PDRM National Cyclist Lance Corporal Ju Pa Somnet received the Bentera Pasukan Polis BPP medal. 3 other top police officers received the second highest award, the Panglima Setia Pasukan Polis PSPP. 1 received the Ksatria Pasukan Polis KPP award, and 4 others received the BPP award. Raja Pemaisuri Agong Tunku Haja Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria was in attendance. Also present were IGP Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Bador and his wife Puan Sri Norazrin Marzuki. Evening's news on to. In our top story, another 127 COVID-19 patients recovered. Active cases now below 500. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Till then, I'm Brennan Lipol. Stay tuned to TV2. Good night.